We all love the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I am sure you were all as devastated as I was when Jason, Zack and Trini left the team to attend a peace conference. Well, what if I told you that the peace conference was merely a cover story, and they took on a separate mission, one of even greater importance? Well, those of you that have read the Boom Studios comics will know exactly what I am talking about. For those that haven't, you are in for an awesome story. Let's cover the full story of the Omega Rangers. So, as I mentioned at the start, original Red, Black and Yellow Rangers Jason, Zack and Trini all left the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers team to attend a peace conference. This always bugged me. I mean, how long does a peace conference really last? Surely they would be back in a week, maybe two, and they wouldn't need to be replaced on the team. Anyway, Boom Studios took the storyline a step further and made a much greater use of the characters following their initial departure. So after the peace conference that the trio attended turned out to be merely a cover story so that they could head out into space under the direction of the Blue Morphin Emissary, who bestowed upon the three humans, along with their new alien ally named Kia, the powers of the Omega Rangers. They draw their powers from the four elements of nature. Yellow is powered by earth, black by air, red by fire and blue by water. And I have to mention, they have arguably the best designs of any Ranger team ever. I am always a fan of the original Power Ranger designs. I very much hope we get to see these in live action soon. Anyway, Kia eventually betrayed the Omega Rangers, believing that they were not doing what was really necessary after they almost let Draken destroy reality. She also released various empowered individuals from their containment in order to fight the Rangers, and during the fight, Jason ends up getting badly injured. The Omega Rangers were later teleported out and saved by their robotic assistant. I'm still not 100% sure how it's pronounced. It's an X and an I. I'm not sure if that's 11 or she or chi. Many people in the comments have told me many different things, but for now we'll just refer to it as the robotic assistant. So anyway, the robotic assistant had saved them before they headed back to Earth in order to get some medical attention for Jason at the command center, revealing their secret to their friends in the process. While Trini and Zack went with Rocky, Adam and Aisha into space to find another empowered, Jason stayed on Earth and trained with Tommy. Now at the same time, they argue about the decision of leaving the team and going into space without telling the others. Jason eventually goes back to the safe haven with the rest of the Rangers in order to stop Kia and eventually get the help from the Ranger Slayer, while the Omegas fight Kia and the Anointed in their Zords, eventually defeating their former ally and making amends with their friends before returning to space. Now obviously I'm not going into all of these things in great detail because I mainly just want to use this as an advert for the Boom Studios comic books. I say over and over again, but I think they are truly the greatest thing the Power Rangers have ever produced. The stories are phenomenal, the art is great, and even the new comic book exclusive characters are really, really cool. So check it out if you want to know more details about these stories. Continuing on. The remaining Omega Rangers then encountered the Imperial and barely managed to defeat them. So they seek Lord Draken's help as they believe he may know who they are. But Zordon refuses to hand Draken over to the Omega Rangers, so they are forced to get him out while becoming fugitives in the process. The Omega Rangers eventually enter an unknown reality and encounter another species called the Horrid, but with the help of Draken, they are able to subdue them and leave. So the Omega Rangers story is still currently unfolding month by month as we speak, and I will be honest, I'm not sure that I like where the latest issue is taking us. I'll catch you up with what is happening and you can make your own mind up. So the Rangers help save a race called Hartoonians from the Imperials. To keep them safe, they take them to the place known as Safe Haven. While there, they find that there are other species using the planet to stay safe. Awkwardly, they are there because of the Hartoonians, as they conquered many of their worlds. The fighting gets pretty bad with Jason having to step in. However, Zack is able to peacefully end the conflict by being a very mature person and offering his own life in place of the Hartoonians. Archon, who's another of the species that's there for safety, ends up cutting Zack's cheek and calling it all square for now, but we can almost guarantee that there will be more problems in future issues. Before going to help Zack, Jason finds Draken inspecting a vault. Draken then asks if after everything is said and done, that he can have his freedom. Jason of course declines, saying that he's not even close to redeeming himself. He informs Draken that he will later be returned to Zordon, and he will make the decision on Draken's fate. In return, Draken offers to fight Jason for his freedom, and it seemed as though Jason was about to take him up on the offer until Zack calls for help and the aforementioned conflict is resolved. Apparently, Trini spends the entire issue trying to use her morpher to contact the Yellow Emissary. The robotic assistant is asking her to stop, but she's just purely relentless. Eventually, she's able to actually do it, and we get some pretty cool panels of art where Trini ends up connecting with them. She comes to, but only with grave news. She tells the other Rangers that the emissary informed her that the Rangers must not come, as they bring with them nothing but death. If that's not ominous and foreboding, I don't know what is. Now let's talk about the most recent issue, at least the most recent at the time of making this video, which is issue 10. We don't even get to see the Rangers. This issue follows Yale, the giant cat thing that helps out the team. We get a bit of a backstory for Yale, and to cut a long story short, the issue ends with a hint that they are going to make Yale the Blue Omega Ranger. Yes, a cat as the Blue Ranger. A very cool cat, and a very powerful cat, but it can't even talk. It doesn't make sense to me, and it's certainly not the route that I would have gone down if I was writing the comics. But I am not, and let's be honest, Boom Studios have made very few mistakes when it comes to their writing, and I 100% trust their creative team, so I for one am here for the ride. Okay guys, for now, that is it for the Omega Rangers, Jason, Zack and Trini. If you want me to go into more detail on any of their adventures, just let me know. You can check out previous videos that I made covering some of the comics, if you want to see more details. But in my honest opinion, you should really just buy and check out the issues yourself. They are fantastic, and you should definitely support the comic book industry. Let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the Omega Rangers. Are you glad that Zack, Jason and Trini got to continue their adventures? Or do you prefer the peace conference being the end for them? Well, mostly. Obviously Jason has made a few appearances since. Let's discuss down below. Guys, another reminder to check out our friends over at angelgrovecollectibles.com. If you're into your rare Power Ranger or even new Power Ranger collectibles, then that is the place to go to. They're Australian based, but they do ship worldwide, and if you're interested in picking anything up on there, use the code 6thRanger10 for 10% off. Again, that's angelgrovecollectibles.com. That's it from me today, my friends. Thank you all so much for watching. May the power protect you, and I will see you next time on the 6th Ranger.